Okay, good morning, students. In the last classes, we discussed about this product rule, sum rule, Bayes theorem, theorem of total probability. Okay, and before that, we have discussed about what is the Bayes theorem, and we have seen one cancer problem. Okay, so these are all the things we discussed. And now, brute force based concept learning. So now we are going to discuss about this topic. Okay, let us see. Try to understand very clear. Okay, assume the learner considers some finite hypothesis space H defined over the instances X in which the task is learned to some target concept C. C, the target concept C colon capital X tends to 0 comma 1. So what the diagram is, you have set of capital X. Capital X is nothing but all the instances. For all the instances, you can call it as capital X. And here you are going to calculate the target concept, that is S or no, S or no, S or no. So already we discussed about Finders algorithm, candidate elimination algorithm. There we discussed about this one. Okay, capital X is nothing but all the instances. Among this all the instances, you are going to find out hypothesis. You are going to find out hypothesis. That hypothesis should be general hypothesis. That hypothesis should be what? General hypothesis. And in this, these are all, for every instance you can calculate d1. D1 means target concept 1, target concept 2, d2. So like that, this is you can call it as small x1, small x2, small x3. Are you getting? Capital X is nothing but all the instances. Small x1, small x2 is nothing but each instance and respected target concept. And this total, in among this total, you are going to find out the hypothesis H1, H2. In Finders algorithm, you are going to find out a single hypothesis. But coming to the candidate elimination algorithm, you are going to get different hypotheses. So that they mention here. Okay. Uh, as usual, we assume that the learner is given some sequence of training examples. Just now I told you, X1 is nothing but your that. Okay, students, sorry for interrupt. Small network issue. Okay, now it is okay. See, these are all your target concept, your instance, and your target concept. Okay, where xi is the some instance and di is the target value of x. Target value of x. To simplify these are all. These are to simplify this all. What they written? All the instances they written together x1 to xn, and all the target values they kept here d1 to dm, the capital D, and this is you can call as capital X.
Sir,
Hmm.
Screen రావట్లేదు.
Okay, one second. One second. Okay. Now it is okay, students. Okay, so these are all. This is x1 instance and t1 target or value, and like this, they are all the instances and respected values. And in order to simplify this particular expression, they written in the form of this all the instances together and all the target values together, and they say it as capital D and they say it as capital X. And that is this simplification does not alter the main conclusion of this section. So what it indicates, what they are telling is here you consider some instances and some target concept, and you retain these are all into separate, like this you retain. So whenever you done like this, it is not over this concept, right? Still we have that logic, and and directly they are saying that we can design a straightforward concept learning algorithm to output the maximum posteriori hypothesis. So what is brute force based concept learning is you have to calculate first posterior probability of all the hypotheses. For each hypothesis, students try to understand. For each hypothesis, what is a brute force brute force based concept learning is first you have to calculate this, and after that you have to calculate this. I already told you this one. H map, maximum likelihood, and H map is nothing but what is H map, students? Maximum posterior hypothesis probability. Okay, and here for each hypothesis, H in capital H. In capital H, there are some set of hypotheses. In that every hypothesis, you have to find out posterior probability. Posterior probability. H1, you have to find out posterior probability. For H2, you have to find out the posterior probability. For H2, you have to find out the posterior probability. So these are all belongs to what? Capital H. Okay, for everyone you have to calculate the posterior probability, posterior probability, posterior probability, posterior probability. Among this all, you have to get highest posterior probability. Among this all, you have to find out highest posterior probability. And in this, which hypothesis having the highest either this one or this one or this one. So that you have to find out with the help of this. In the previous one, students, in the previous one, what we discussed about P of D and P of H. Okay, P of D given H, and we are discussed about P of H given D. Here, what they are saying, some training example, you are going to find out set of hypothesis. In that hypothesis, you are going to find out first posterior probability. Among different hypotheses, you are going to find out which is the maximum posterior probability you are going to find out. That you can call as brute force map learning algorithm. And here, very important number this one. You have to understand very clear. These points are in order to understand very complex, but I am telling very easy. Just see. Because this algorithm, because it applies Bayes theorem to each hypothesis in H. So that's why you have seen to calculate P of H given D. Okay, you are going to calculate the hypothesis with the help of given data set. While this may prove impractical for large hypothesis space, students, it is important. This point is important. This point, larger hypothesis space. Whatever we learned, I told you that cancer, that everything I told you in the previous, they all applied for only a small amount of hypothesis space. But when you have the large hypothesis space, so at that time it will not suitable. So in order to overcome that problem, what they introduced here is the algorithm still, if it is not work well, if it is not work well also, the what they are saying, it is an interest. This algorithm having some interest to do something in future, we can do something. Why this interest? Because in this you are going to find out the prior probability. That 0.08 I told you initially we taken like posterior probability. That is the interest we are taking here. For every hypothesis, when you are finding every hypothesis, you are taking the initial probability. At the same time, you are going to get the posterior probability, and you are going to get among this all the probabilities, which is the map. And in that map, again, you are going to calculate the maximum likelihood hypothesis. Okay, so here, in order to specify learning problem for brute force mapping learning algorithm, we must specify what values are to be used for P of H and for P of D given H. So next term, whatever the concept here I am telling you, these are all based on these two values. Try to understand all the concepts. Whatever I am telling next, that all are depends upon these only. These only. Okay. Again, I will schedule. Again, I will schedule. Amma, please join again. Okay. Will be determined. These values are important. These two. P of H, and what's that? These two. In order to specify